play for the Rams, and it was caused by quality line blocking up front, but also McDevitt jamming the line of scrimmage, playing straight tight man. There's nobody in the secondary once they get through the upper front 7 or 8, and Hodgson's right to the end zone, coming right at you on this end zone look.
And there's the touchdown. Take another look at it. Your Faulkner Honda touchdown, 80 yards. Isaac Hodgson, that's his third rushing touchdown of the season and his longest run of the year, 80 yards. And the Rams are on the board on the very first play from scrimmage. The extra point is up and good. What a start for the home team tonight. And there's a look at Hodgson's after going 80 yards for the score, and Central Dauphin leads it 7-0. What a start for Central Dauphin, 80-yard run right up the middle. Isaac Hodgson, who played quarterback here the last time we were here 2 weeks ago against State College, back to his normal running back position, and he went 80 yards. Great blocking, as you mentioned, 4 up front. Used that block
onside kick
and his speed. Onside kick by the Rams, and the Rams have the recovery.
Just 2 weeks ago, we did the State College game here.
They did it twice.
And twice State College on different styles of onside kicks recovered it. And Central Dauphin gave it right back to their opponent 2 weeks later.
So there's your Hernandez, the kicker, was the one that got it done. Take a look here, your good feet store
kickoff.
It goes
about 10.5, and they touch it just over the line.
And Hernandez, the kicker, was the one that recovered it.
Roy Girella from the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the late 70s did the same thing on a straight-ahead kick.
Well, the kicker does it. He hits the kick and then gets the recovery, and all the momentum right now is on the favor of the Central Dauphin Rams. Come into this game 3-4, a team that has won 5 in a row. Bishop McDevitt, they're pulling out all the stops, up 7-0 early, and the onside kick, and they have the ball in Crusaders territory at the 46-yard line. So what a start for Coach McNamee. Handoff straight up the middle, much like the long run. That's Garcia running the ball this time for a couple of yards. And let's take a look at the scoring summary, sponsored by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. One play from scrimmage, right up the middle. It's pure speed. Isaac Hodgson, 80 yards, his third rushing touchdown of the season for the 5'11", 200-pound senior. So picked up 3 yards on that carry, a 2nd and 7 now after the Garcia run. 11:08 to go first quarter, and the Rams already up 1-0. Fake the reverse, throw the ball down the middle, have a man, and the completion. Cooper, Braden Cooper with his 11th catch of the season, and it's a kitchen saver first down.
Jet sweep fake, reverse fake, just time for Lebo to toss it. There on defense there, number 15, Reinhardt, the senior DB for the Crusaders, as we watch the next play.
32-yard pass pickup on that play, and Garcia gets tackled from the back. Let's take a look at the Bishop McDevitt defense. This is a defensive unit that has great linebackers in Barnes and Duffy. Up front, Thompson and Logan have been playing well, and of course their secondary outstanding with Palmer, Mack, and Crummell.
Reinhardt, the defensive back, they're playing man-to-man on a tight end. He did a good job of making up speed there and getting the tackle. You got to keep your eyes on your man. If your eyes come off your man when you're playing straight man up D, it can be vital, can hurt you.
Pathfitter red zone after the kitchen saver first down. Handoff goes to Garcia. Garcia plowing his way forward inside the 10-yard line down to the 6.
Central Dauphin offensively under Glenn McNamee for years will run that jet sweep, as you'll see on the replay here. But they have a jet sweep where it's designed to cut up inside and one that's designed to go wide. That was the cut up one, and decent gain, which brings it up about 3rd and 6 for the Rams.
5-yard pickup for Garcia. The 3rd down for the Central Dauphin Rams, trying to go up 2 scores early. And here's the thing, Bishop McDevitt's offense hasn't touched the ball yet.
That's right. Now it's going to be a tough call here for Glenn McNamee. Does he go for it on 4th and about 2, or does he get the field goal to go up by 10?
Hodgson straight ahead for a couple of yards. Of course, not as big as his last run. His last one took him 80 yards to the house for the score. He gets down to the 3-yard line. Barnes makes the tackle. Barnes closing in now on 40 tackles on the season. And he is over 200 career tackles. Could finish his career at Bishop McDevitt in the top 3 tackles all time. Last season he had 90 tackles, and that was his 40th tackle of the season. Last week he had 6 tackles in the win last week.
Rams are going to let the clock run down and elect to call timeout and talk this over. 4th and about 2 from inside the 5.
So a 4th down and 2 coming up.
Okay, this is the play previously. Oh, late snap by the center. Our head man in the production crew, Jamie Wechter, caught that for us, and that would have been a legal procedure. Five officials in most high school games until you get to the playoffs. It's amazing to me at all levels how often the officials catch that. And there's no replay in college and pro on that. You got to catch it live.
So what's Coach McNamee doing here? 4th and 2. You could get a first if you get 2 yards.
Yes,
you're on the 3-yard line.
I'm thinking we're going to get a long cadence to start. If McDevitt jumps, that moves it half the distance, potentially inches, or it may get the first down. It's tough to tell from here. Would put it to about the inside the 2. If they don't jump, longer cadence, and I think they're going to try to get it here. They're going to try to go up 14.
4th and 2 from the 3 for the Rams. Lebo gonna
Throw it back
pass.
to the tight end. He's covered.
Lebo fires it up, corner end zone, got a man and a touchdown, and that is Cooper for the Faulkner Honda touchdown. What a pretty play. Lebo just lofted it up to the corner of the end zone, and Cooper came down for his 2nd touchdown.
This is a
catch.
Tackle over play. The left tackle there is a skill number. He's eligible. Central Dauphin works on this for years. Every Thursday, the day before the game, late in the practice, they'll work on that play, and you're trying to hide a guy at tackle that's a tight end, and it's an unbalanced line to the right. You motion everybody, shift right, then motion right, and then you throw back.
So a 3-yard touchdown. Jimenez in for the extra point. The kick is up, and just like that, Central Dauphin up 2 scores. They lead it 14-0. Lebo with his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. Central Dauphin with a 14-0 lead. Coach Wechter might be in shock. Wasn't expecting this out of the Rams. What a quick start if you missed it. First play of the game for the Rams, 80-yard touchdown run by Hodson. Then an onside kick turned into a 6-play, 46-yard drive. Lebo to Cooper, touchdown pass. And here's another good feet store kickoff. Jimenez kicks this one away this time. And it'll picked up by Palmer. Palmer tries to break free and has a crack and gets up to the just shy of the 30-yard line.
Palmer may be undersized, but you got to wrap him up because he can go the distance on any punt or kick return.
Here's the scoring summary sponsored by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. Lebo, his third touchdown pass of the season to Brandon Cooper. His second touchdown grab for Cooper, a 3-yard touchdown, 6-play, 46-yard drive off of the onside kick recovery, and it's 14-0 Central Dauphin.
Really nice pass and catch there. Reinhardt was in decent position for coverage.
So the first time we've seen McDevitt's offense so far tonight, and there's a penalty marker down on the run by Jones Davis, who ran for over 100 yards last week in the win over Cumberland Valley. We'll have to wait for the penalty marker.
Just like we talked about on special teams, wrapping up number 8, you got to wrap up number 5, 7, and 3 because they can all run it, and they keep their legs churning. They're very good at breaking tackles.
Kevin Bevenar is our official tonight.
Bevenar, yes.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 78. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
We talked about McDevitt, a key to the game. McDevitt limiting penalties. Well, Central Dauphin cannot allow McDevitt to march down the field with a 15-yard penalty because they're too explosive, both through the run and the pass, and you're going to see a very diverse offense with a first-year quarterback.
There's
Sebastian Williams.
Yeah, there's McDevitt's offense on your screen. Williams, the junior quarterback. Jones Davis, the top targets. Halton Jr. Handoff straight ahead, and the Crusaders find themselves in Rams territory pretty quickly, up to the 41-yard line.
Barnes and Jones Davis, the two big running backs from McDevitt, were both in the backfield at that same time. As you see the Central Dauphin linebacking core, D-line, D-backs, their front 11, and they have a big task ahead of trying to stop Jeff Wechter's high-powered offense tonight.
2nd and 5 for the Crusaders. Quick pass, get it to the outside to Palmer. Palmer gets enough for first down, and
nice job by Garcia tackling in space there. But McDevitt can throw those quick passes out there to very skilled receivers who can run after the catch. They spread you sideline to sideline.
9-yard pickup for Palmer. 1st and 10 from the 32.
No tight end in the game for the second play in a row. 2 backs with the quarterback in the backfield at shotgun. Spreading you out. Creates running lanes naturally.
Jones Davis spinning. Good run from Jones Davis, who seems to be getting better and better. Was injured in the Harrisburg game. Missed a game, but has been strong running the football. 100 yards in the Carlisle game and 100 yards last week. Here is our OSS Health injury report. Injured last week. Quick, the wide receiver, the junior, 14 catches, 198 yards and 3 touchdowns. The OSS injury report. OSS Health, high-quality orthopedic care.
Liam Fuller coming in at tight end. Had a really nice catch against Cumberland Valley last week with a run after the catch. He's a threat both blocking and then catching the football.
Fuller is number 88, had a catch and a run for 12 yards last week. But they hand the football to Jones Davis, and he stops, he starts, and pushes his way forward for a kitchen saver first down. And the way Jones Davis ran last week and already early in this game, he is picking up momentum as there is an injured Bishop McDevitt player. But talk a little bit more about Jones Davis. Similar to last year, you know, Jones Davis and Barnes kind of shared carries, but then as the playoff run on the road to a state title continued, Jones Davis just became the go-to guy. Looks like that's the case again this year.
Yes, and with this injury, he's already up in alignment coming off. It's tough to see these numbers with the gold. The gold numbers are beautiful with black trim. There it is for the Crusaders. That's 52 up front. That's Jude Slover.
6'2", 245 senior. And, of course, they already have an injury on that offensive line. The sophomore, Adrian Mena has been out, big number 55, so they missed him the last couple of weeks. So this is an offensive line, of course, you remember, of the majority of the players back from the state championship team. Of course, they lost Stone Saunders, and then they lost 2 guards that they had to replace on that offensive line, which was a little bit of a concern for Coach Wechter when the season started. Then you add an injury or 2 to that offensive line. That's a key point. LaRue Jr. takes the handoff and bounces up for a couple yards.
McDevitt utilizing the H-back there, H-back fullback type Jack Dawson to block up front for their running back.
So they're in the Bath Fitter red zone with that run, trying to get on the board after a little bit of a shock here at Landis Field. Central Dauphin up very quickly, 14-0. Still 5:40 to go in this opening quarter. A lot of people will be surprised when they hear the score. The other stadiums that they're at, the Central Dolphins up 14-0 on these Crusaders. The pass and the completion to Holton Jr. Holton Jr. with the catch and then goes upfield and is out of bounds about the 5-yard line. Holton Jr. now 15 catches on the season.
Watch this replay. Watch the first-year signal caller, how he gets that ball out from shotgun so quickly, on rhythm, on the money. The accuracy for Sebastian is very, very good.
He is completing 68% of his passes, is Sebastian Williams. 67 of 98 coming in for 902 yards. He has 11 touchdowns. This season, he has been very accurate. Doesn't throw often. His completion rate is very high. Handoff goes to Jones Davis. Tries to fight his way in, but he's short. Jones Davis with 7 rushing touchdowns this season. He had 2 last week. He had 2 against Carlisle. He had 2 against Cedar Cliff as well this season after battling back from that injury he had in the Harrisburg game.
Longtime defensive coordinator Sean Rossler, along with his assistant linebacker coach Paul Lynn. Both were here on the 2011 state championship run.
Jones Davis looking for the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Jones Davis. The short 2-yard touchdown run. That's Jones Davis's 8th rushing touchdown of the season. And there is your Faulkner Honda touchdown. Take another look.
Good movement up front. All you need is a little bit there to get in the end zone, to cut the score in half should the extra point go in.
So Jones Davis finishes the drive with a 2-yard touchdown.
The backup kicker, Campbell Milch.
Milch 4 for 4 on extra points last week, and now 5 for 5 on extra points. Kick is up and good, and Bishop McDevitt is on the board after the Jones Davis touchdown. Central Dauphin 14, Bishop McDevitt 7. Time to raise the roof here on WellSpan Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Abel Son siding the roofing. Before you sign, make sure you call Abel and Son. And it's football weather here in Week 8. 57 degrees at kickoff, going to get down to 53 by the end of the game. The wind at 15 miles an hour. So you see people in sweatshirts. We see some people with blankets. It finally feels like football weather here in the second Friday in October. Raise the roof. Brought to you by Abel Sun Roofing and Siding.
It sure did feel like football weather early this morning.
Oh, yeah, in the 30s this morning. Freeze watch. There's a look at the cheering section of both Bishop McDevitt and Central Dauphin. Also here tonight at Landis Field, touchdown for Downs and Central Dauphin Hall of Fame night. Always theme nights here when you come to Landis Field. This is a spot where Bishop McDevitt will be for the next 2 weeks. Tonight playing Central Dauphin. They'll be right back here at Landis Field next week when they'll face Central Dauphin East. Time for a good feed store kickoff after the McDevitt touchdown. After the shocking start by the Central Dauphin Rams. Ball taken from the 2.
Look at that coverage.
Great tackle, open field tackle. Let's take a look at the scoring summary brought to you by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. Bishop McDevitt responded. They got on the board. The 2-yard touchdown run by Jones Davis, his 8th of the season, and that put him on the board. 9-play, 71-yard drive.
The Bella Concepts remodeling scoring summary was Jeff Wechter being able to mix run and pass. He's done it for years so well. And you saw it there on that drive.
A lot of offense by this team in their 5-game win streak. 210 points scored in their 5-game win streak. That's a 42-point per game average. So the offense has been clicking since their second loss of the season to Harrisburg, and they've won every game ever since. No room to run there. Hodgson was brought down quickly.
Cumberland Valley last week at McDevitt tried to spread out the Crusaders and try to get running lanes, and they, for the most part, were not able to do very much because McDevitt jammed the line of scrimmage. More guys at the point of attack.
1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9 for the Rams.
It's like McDevitt's playing a zone look right here rather than their typical straight man on 2nd and long.
Lebo, with his first game back last week in a win over Central Dauphin East, was 7 of 14 passing the ball, but here's what he does best, running the football.
Nice tackle in space.
Straight arm, gets a couple of yards, picks up 5 yards.
Milch on the tackle.
Milch has been good. He has 18 tackles now, 4 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks, and a fumble recovery for Milch, who's one of those players that has stepped up for this Bishop McDevitt defense, one of the newcomers, number 14.
If Central Dauphin wants to win this football game, they have to be able to pick up some of these third and third and mediums and continue to move the chains to keep the McDevitt offense off the field.
3rd and 4 from the 20 for the Rams, so a 14-7 lead.
Same formation.
Lebo to pass. Ball was tipped away. They were looking for Mason Wydra, who was open, but good thing that Reinhardt, who has 2 picks this year, was there to knock it down.
Watch Wydra. We're not going to see it from this angle, but Wydra evens up the defender and then runs to the post. You'll see it here. And good defensive play, cutting that off there by the Crusader defender Reinhardt to force a punt.
Last time we were here against State College, Central Dauphin only had 1 pass completion. You know what it was? Do you remember? The 15-yard touchdown.
Oh, there it was, yes.
To Wydra. It was the only completion they had that night, of course, playing without Mark Lebo, who was
You got to be careful on that straight-ahead kick. Not a lot of airtime.
Here's the punt. You talk about speed, and that is Palmer spinning and being tackled at the 40-yard line. A little extra stuff on that tackle, which you'll see here on the replay as you watch Palmer.
He can scoot.
Had a punt return for a score against Altoona.
Long snapper Colton Sheeler down on the tackle. He's the center for the offense as well.
Tonight's Friday Night Rivals live stream is sponsored by Care Property Services, the only call you need. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman. And it's a 14-7 Central Dauphin Rams lead. The second opportunity for Bishop McDevitt here on offense with good starting field position from the Rams' 40-yard line. Send Palmer in motion, and a whistle and a flag comes out before they could pitch it to Palmer. Of course, we saw Palmer do that last week, went 34 yards in a score against Cumberland Valley.
False start on the offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So the 5-yard penalty takes him back to the 45-yard line. Culpepper called for the penalty, so it's back to the 45. So a 1st and 15 for Crusaders. Bishop McDevitt, their second offensive opportunity. Down a touchdown. Pass out to Palmer, high over his head and incomplete. Williams does not throw many incomplete passes, but that one was well over Palmer's head.
Right on the spot there was defensive back number 3, Peyton Wiley. You'll see it here. Sebastian Williams is a little bit fortunate that Wiley didn't play the ball and played the man because it looked like it potentially could have been picked.
Wiley's a good tackler for Central Dauphin. He has 40 tackles coming into this game. As Peyton Wiley, the senior, 5'10", 148 pounds. There's a look at Palmer, 9 catches, had that touchdown last week. 3 catches, 50 yards a week ago at Rocco Hortensio Field. They give it to Palmer, trying to get him in space, but a great open field tackle, and couldn't go anywhere on that.
Now that doesn't look like it's much of a play drawn up, but what happened was Gage Ruth, the receiver, missed his block.
Yep.
And when a defender can, watch it right out here, when Wiley can get off that block that quickly, it takes what would be potentially a big gain to a loss.
So Garcia was there for the tackle for a loss, his second tackle for a loss this season. Garcia had 8 tackles last week in the win over Central Dauphin East, 25 tackles now in the season for him. So
Trips open, 4 wideouts.
3rd and 18. You see the 3 wideouts top of your screen for Sebastian Williams. Throws to the right side, has a man and a great catch. Good pass over the defender, and the catch by Gage Ruth, who missed that block, makes up for it with a big catch, his 13th reception of the season.
And it's 15 more. It looks like it's going to be tacked on. Watch the outside defender on 3rd and long. You got to get depth. Keep everything in front of you, and that's where Holton. That's where Garcia for Central Dauphin needs to keep getting depth. Don't allow the receiver to get behind you. It's 3rd and a mile.
So Williams to Ruth for the big completion. Now the officials talk things over on the penalty.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 18 on the offense.
Points on the
A
O.
15-yard penalty, first down.
So this was one of our keys. Penalties for Bishop McDevitt,
Yes.
always a problem. They're usually very close or over 100 yards of penalty yards. Most of the games that we've covered on Friday Night Rivals for Coach Wechter's team.
Now an advantage for McDevitt. That was a dead ball. That was after the first down.
So give him the first.
So the first down now, it backs it all the way up.
Give him the first, but the yardage just comes back.
That's right.
So the ball's at the 41-yard line after the catch by Ruth and the first down. So take the 30-yard gain away. And here's the handoff. Jones Davis still on his feet, straight arm, and he's tackled for a loss. And that is Mason Wydra coming up for a tackle for a loss. That's his 61st tackle of the season for Wydra.
Excellent pursuit by Sean Rossler's defense there. Sideline, that's what you want to do. You want to make these McDevitt backs have to go wide, and then you got to be able to track them down. And Wydra shows the speed here, even though Garcia missed the tackle, he forced the running back wide. Enough time for his help to get there.
Wydra's been outstanding this season. He has 2 pick sixes. His sophomore year, he had 83 tackles, 3 interceptions. Then last year he was ING Academy, back with Central Dauphin this year. And Williams, with a bad snap, just decides to try to get up to the line of scrimmage, and that's what he did. Didn't want to deal with that bad snap. The play started off not good for the Crusaders.
Central Dauphin here got a huge break by the unsportsmanlike conduct after the play was over on the long catch for the Crusaders. Keeps McDevitt out of the red zone here and forces a 3rd and long. Potentially, if McDevitt can pick something up here, they're in 4-down territory rather than punting. They very well may go for it.
3rd and 12 from the 43. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Central Dauphin up a touchdown, 14-7. Williams has time to throw and has the completion at the 34-yard line.
That's going to be the quarter, but look for McDevitt to go for this on the 4th and a couple.
Holmes had the catch. So 4th down coming up, and we'll have the 4th down when we get back in the second quarter. We're through one quarter. What a start for the Central Dauphin Rams. They lead at 14-7 over the 5th-ranked team in the state. So after that Chance Holmes catch, just his second catch of the year for the junior, start the second quarter with Bishop McDevitt's 7th play of this drive, 4th and 3 from the Rams' 34-yard line. There's Jones Davis standing next to Williams. He has the 2-yard touchdown. You think he would be the best option to get you the 3 yards you need for the first down.
Is he going to sprint that way? Yes, going to throw it out that way.
Play action to Jones Davis and have the completion, and they got the first down. Pass to Zach Brown, the senior, comes up with the catch, and that's a first down, a 1-8.
Hook up there for the first down. They also could have gone to the flat and had the first down either way, and Sebastian Williams takes the easier throw because that flat from him. Nice decision, nice read.
Zach Brown with the catch, a 7-yard pickup. Good enough for the first down.
Double slot this time, one back in the backfield, no tight ends. Going to motion the trips open.
That was Brown's 4th catch of the season. Give it to the speedster, Palmer. Palmer gets upfield inside the 20-yard line, and they wanted to give Palmer more touches, more opportunities because of his speed. He's a threat on special teams. They're trying to make him a threat on offense.
Yes, nice threat. McDevitt was very fortunate there. Zach Brown, the motion man, turned up a little bit before the ball was snapped, and it was not called.
Palmer with just 9 catches coming into this game tonight. He had 3 last week for 50 yards and a touchdown, so more involved in the offense, especially with the fact that Quick, one of their top receivers, is out with injury. Bathfitter red zone for the Crusaders. Handoff goes to Jones Davis. He's still on his feet. Jones Davis, what a run! Breaks 2 tackles for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night from 17 yards. There's your Faulkner Honda touchdown.
A pistol set with an inverted wishbone. 2 fullbacks lined up over the guards. You'll see them there. They're going to be the lead blockers, along with some quality up front offensive line blocking off to the races into the end zone to potentially tie this ball game up.
Jones Davis, his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. And he has, just like last week, 2 touchdowns already in the first half. He had 2 touchdowns last week in the win over Cumberland Valley and 131 yards on 20 carries last week. So the extra point is coming up for Bishop McDevitt, and they fight their way back. They were down 14-0. They scored 14 unanswered. Pretty run by Jones Davis, and it's a tie game at 14-all. Landis Field in Harrisburg. Phil Shannon alongside Ford Chapman. Central Dauphin with a quick start. They went up 14-0, but now 14 unanswered by Bishop McDevitt, the winners of 5 straight games.
That actually will help this Bishop McDevitt team down the road, learning how to play in a situation like that and battling back from an early deficit on the road.
Campbell Mulch will kick the ball off for Bishop McDevitt. Good feet store kickoff. Short kick was touched, and it's up in the air, and McDevitt has it.
That happened to Central Dauphin 2 weeks ago at the exact same spot on the field. State College did it, and now McDevitt did it.
Take a look. Allen, 34, was the one that had it go off his chest. and it bounced right to a McDevitt player, and he was able to stay in bounds.
Watch Zach Brown keep both feet, actually. He only needs one. In bounds there. He was aware of where the sidelines were. And these are the turnovers that Central Dauphin knew they had to absolutely avoid. Because this McDevitt team is every bit as good as that State College team. And you can't give them extra possessions.
Campbell Milch there, the kicker, getting congratulated for that. It was Zach Brown who was the one that was able to stay in bounds. So the Crusaders have the football, but a penalty marker comes out before they can get the play going.
And guess who we're going to see potentially get a run here? He was going to get that one. LaRue, the third running back.
False start on the offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that
Kevin
goes on.
Beavenauer on the call there.
Yeah, Colbert, the left guard, called for the penalty. One of those new guards into this offensive line for Coach Wechter.
All week long, your offensive line coach is saying, get off the football. We got to get off the ball, but you can't do it too early.
Williams, the handoff, LaRue. LaRue fighting for some extra yards. Let's take a look at our scoring summary brought to you by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. It was a 9-play, 45-yard drive, 17-yard touchdown run. The explosion, the vision for Jones Davis. Jones Davis' 9th rushing touchdown of the season, and it's 14-14. Williams, 7 of 8 passing, 68 yards. Ruth has a catch. Palmer has 3 receptions. Holton has a catch. So does Holmes and Brown. Jones, 8 rushes, 47 yards, and those 2 touchdowns, averaging about 6 yards a carry. Now 2nd and 13. Williams to pass. Fires and has the completion at the 30-yard line. And immediately tackled there. But Gage Ruth with another catch.
Watch this pass from the right hash by a first-year junior signal caller all the way to the left flat, about 12 yards down the field vertically. Nice route, nice catch. Bring up a 3rd and medium.
3rd and 4 coming up from the 30. Ruth with 2 catches tonight, 14 catches now on the season for the senior wide receiver. There is Sebastian Williams, who took over for Stone Saunders.
Play clock down to 10. They got to hustle. 4 receiver set.
3rd and 4. High snap.
Couldn't get the running back. The ball was too high again, and he couldn't reach the running back who was in the pistol right behind him.
Was trying to get the ball to Barnes. Barnes ran right by him, so Williams had no other choice but to keep it himself.
Now
so
this would be field goal range if their normal kicker were there. And there you see the bad snap as they pull the left guard. It was designed to be a little trap up the middle. But now, with the backup kicker, they're going to go for this on 4th and 4.
Rilla, the injured kicker, who has a leg to be good from about 50 or 60 yards. Of course, had the game-winning kick in the state championship. And the ball is dropped by Palmer. He wanted to look upfield and run before he caught it.
We have seen that at least once. Every single week this season that we have announced the football game together, Phil, and you see it right here. Good pass, good route, got to look it in. Eyes to the football at all times until you secure it.
So Bishop McDevitt turns it over on downs for Coach Wechter's team, and the Rams will have the football back. It seems like the Rams offense hasn't had the ball in a while. Even though they jumped out to that quick 14-0 start, they had the first play from scrimmage, went for 80-yard touchdown run, and then the onside kick, and 6 plays later they were in the end zone, but it seems like the Rams haven't had the ball since going up 14-0. Here's an opportunity with 3 wide receivers, the bottom of your screen, the 1st and 10 from the 30. Handoff up the middle, not much. Hodgson with the carry, and he's got to respect him. He was called into duty against State College as the quarterback. Did the best he could. He was 1 of 8 that night against State College. 15-yard touchdown, threw an interception, carried the ball 10 times for 26 yards. He was called in to be quarterback.
This looks like Hodgson. Hodgson is down. They can't afford to lose him, Central Dauphin.
School bus stop of the game coming up in the 4th quarter. We'll highlight the school bus stop of the game then. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for school buses. When the stop arm is out, the red lights are flashing. That's coming up in the 4th quarter.
Two-way performer. Isaac Hodgson hopping up something with his left leg. Ankle, it looks like. He tries to hobble off there on his own power, but limping the whole time.
66 carries, 265 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns.
He's a tough football player on both sides of the ball. If he's not hurt too badly, he'll be back in. As Paul Lynn, a former linebacker himself here for Coach Chop in the late 90s, talks to his player.
So we have a 14-0 game. I talked about Central Dauphin getting out to that fast 14-0 start, but Bishop McDevitt has answered with 14 points unanswered themselves to tie it at 14 all here. Week 8 already.
Both teams had 2 scores without the other team touching the ball.
There's a timeout on the field. The Rams called their second timeout of the first half. Big game next week will be in the Mid-Penn Colonial, Trinity and Susquehanna Township. Hannah's 7-0. They're undefeated. They're ranked 5th in the state. We'll see them next week. Trinity with a huge game tonight against West Perry, who's tied in 2nd place with them in the Colonial. And Big Springs at 5-2 is at Susquehanna Township. So that's who we got next week. Mid-Penn Colonial for week 9 of the WellSpan Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. Cannot wait to see the 5th-ranked team in the state in 4A, Susquehanna Township and Coach Heaton's team.
Joe Heaton, a player at Bishop McDevitt in the late 80s.
Of course, his son JoJo played here at McDevitt.
And Big 33 player. Joe was a Big 33 assistant last year. And also, JoJo is on the staff at Texas A&M right now, yes.
Was at Virginia Tech, now at Texas A&M, 2nd year at Texas A&M. There's a look at Coach McNamee, 2nd and 8. For this Central Dauphin team that has struggled to pass the ball this season, only averaging about 70 yards a game passing. And
quarterback draw.
Lebo on the draw gets smacked. It almost seemed like McDevitt knew that draw was coming. Hodgson. Watch this. Boy, he takes a big hit.
Great defensive play up front. Just ran over the offensive lineman. Was that 20? That was 23. That's Holmes. No, that is, excuse me. That's in addition to our roster. That is Thompson, Chris Thompson, the senior.
Thompson, 21 tackles, 2 sacks. Last season he had 40 tackles and 4.5 sacks for the senior. Lebo to throw downfield. Incomplete, but a penalty marker comes down. Looking for Wydra. And in on coverage was Reinhardt. The penalty marker comes down.
Wydra cut his route off to a tighter angle to the right to the post. The ball was thrown by Lebo to like almost a fly route down the field farther. Watch. Wydra breaks it off. The ball's thrown like he's going to run a deep ball, post towards the middle of the field. Interesting. They're going to call the PI, though, on the defender.
Defender was Tyler Reinhardt.
Pass interference on the defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty. Is all the plays, the first down.
We get one more look at that, potentially.
Reinhardt, who has 2 interceptions and 15 tackles this season for McDevitt's defense.
Good man, straight man coverage.
Looking for number 7, Wydra.
Just a slight hand on him. It may have slowed him down a little bit. I don't think he made the catch.
So with the penalty of first down for the Rams, ball now at their own 46-yard line.
Trying to go again.
Lebo throwing downfield again, and incomplete. Was looking for Wiley, Peyton Wiley, the senior, number 3.
When you're playing straight man like that, there's not much room for error. You got a guy going vertical on you, and if you trip up, which happened there, lost his footing a little bit. Lebo just putting that ball a little too far.
Lebo 2 of 5 passing tonight, 35 yards. And a touchdown. He's thrown a touchdown tonight.
I like Central Dauphin trying to go for the home run. You have to do that sometimes against this tight man defense.
There was a look at Patrick Wright, who has 20 tackles this season. An interception. Lebo going again downfield. and incomplete. 3 straight chances downfield. Was looking again for Wiley for the 2nd straight time, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. So Coach McNamee trying to spread the field with these deep routes.
All 3 balls have been overthrown, but we talked about it last week. Cumberland Valley has a lot of good receivers. We said they need to do a little bit more of that, and they did in the second half. But McDevitt's coverage was pretty spot on. Only gave up a couple bigger plays.
So you mentioned this when we talked getting ready for this game. McDevitt's so good against the run that this is a way maybe to to get that box loosened up, right? That you could start maybe running again if they have to respect that deep ball.
Yes, but the other thing is you don't have a whole lot of time to throw. So Lebo has to get rid of it a little bit early. That's why one of the reasons the ball is being overthrown.
3rd and 10 here we go for the Rams, going deep again for the 4th straight time. Downfield for Mason Wydra, who stretches out and couldn't come down with it. So another pass overthrown by the receiver, but Mason Wydra gave all he could there to stretch out to try to make the grab.
It's going to be a punt for the Rams here on 4th and 10. But Lebo needs to put a little bit more air and not quite as much arm. And he's not your typical quarterback that's been, used to playing this year after year. Doesn't do a bad job at all, but he's not your regular throwing type QB.
Yeah, first year at quarterback. Last year, Lebo, very much part of the offense and defense for Central Dauphin. He was more the jet sweep guy on the offensive side, and was 3 for 3. Only threw 3 passes last year, completed all 3, but had to take over the quarterback role this year for the Rams.
Look out on this return.
The punt by Carr, and here is very dangerous and quick Palmer on the return. Spinning and gets up to the 35-yard line, so a nice return by Palmer.
Nice coverage by the Rams there because Palmer had sideline to sideline. Oh, look at this game for tomorrow.
Big Ten is now on CBS 21. CBS, your new home of Big Ten football, and they got a big one tomorrow. 2 teams ranked in the top 10, Indiana and Oregon.
This is not a basketball game. This is the Indiana Hoosiers football team led by Pennsylvania-bred Coach Cignetti. They're a 7.5-point underdog at Oregon. What a great crowd that's going to be.
Being the BSAC as an announcer over the years, he's some guy. On CBS 21. The handoff goes to Jones Davis. Bounces to the outside, loses a yard or 2.
Nice job by Garcia to clean that up in the backfield.
Real quick, let's get back to it. Indiana, Oregon, everyone at home wants to know who you like there.
Oh, I like Indiana plus the 7.5 to keep that thing close.
All right.
Cignetti's team, I think, is a little better than last year. Now, Oregon could beat anybody on the home by 20. Look at the season they had last year. They're as good this year as they were last. They showed that at Beaver Stadium a few weeks ago.
Big tackle by Garcia, another tackle for a loss. He has 2 of them tonight, now 3.5 tackles for a loss in the season. Penalty marker out before the Crusaders could get the play.
Everybody's
on a 2nd and 13.
Sorry, everybody. And when you're in shotgun, sometimes this cadence and snaps, we've seen it on both sides here.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And it was not just 66. Some other players were leaning. The running back, Dawson, was leaning a little bit. I don't know if the center was late on the snap or if just the guard moved early.
They got Colbert, the left guard, the junior. Penalties always seem to be an issue for Bishop McDevitt, and that was one of the keys to clean up those penalties, but they have a bunch here tonight here in the first half already. Williams to throw, has the completion, gets Jones Davis out of the backfield, and he leaps over a man and still on his feet to the 46-yard line. Jones Davis doesn't catch many balls out of the, but he does there, and a good run after catch for him.
We either had everybody was not set before. Yes. And if the only other thing it could be is not enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
Here's another look at it. Now, this is hard to believe, but Jones Davis only his 2nd catch of the season. They don't throw to him out of the backfield very much. But
see what it is here.
Completion's not going to count. It's another penalty on
illegal
McDevitt.
shift. 2 men in motion on the offense at the time of the snap.
This is how easy that is.
5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
All 11 players must be still before a guy goes in motion, and that was not the case there.
Coach Wechter said before the season started with Sebastian Williams at quarterback, the offense would look a lot like what it did.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
About to cut you off. The wide receiver there to the right, number 18. Gage, he was moving his feet around as the motion man went across the field.
Offense trying to be a little more simple and simplistic for Williams. And another penalty. 3 in a row on McDevitt.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. Number 66, 5-yard penalty, second down.
3 penalties in a row on Bishop McDevitt. So getting back to my point, Coach Wechter said with Sebastian Williams in his first year starting as a junior, going to go back to being a little more simple offensively now in week 8. Of course, I'm sure he's adding things to the playbook, but they had the fortune of having Stone Saunders as 4-year starter. So he said the offense might look a little bit like it did Stone's freshman year. So now a 2nd and 28 after all the penalties. And that is Barnes on the run.
Nice run to get them back in a manageable distance. It's going to be on 3rd and about 15. Interestingly, we mentioned it earlier in the season. Andrew Irby, the 4-year starter for the Rollers at quarterback, he set the state record for career passing yardage, but he only had it for less than a season.
Yeah, because Stone
Saunders, another 4-year starter in the same conference, now has the state record, and he's allegedly here tonight. Kentucky must have a bye week this week.
Barnes now 46 carries on the season. That was good for 9 yards. He's averaging close to 6 yards a carry. He has 7 touchdowns this year. Those 3 running backs that McDevitt has, all very good. Here comes some pressure on Williams, and he has to get rid of the football. Cooper was coming with a lot of pressure, number 8 for Central Dauphin, there to make sure Williams had to get rid of it early.
That's not a penalty because there's number 7, the running back, was right there. You'll see it, blocking to the left.
Cooper almost got his 2nd sack of the season. He had his 1st sack last week against Central Dauphin East.
Now here comes the Central Dauphin Ram punt return team on the field. 2 weeks ago, they were trying to get them on the field, and after 2 onside kicks that State College recovered, the punter actually ran for about 14 to 15 yards to get the first down on 4th and 12. You're not going to see that this time, as it's 4th and a lot longer.
Palmer will punt. Peyton Wiley back for Central Dauphin at his 45-yard line. Palmer gets the punt off. And calling for a fair catch at the 40 is Peyton Wiley. So that's where Central Dauphin will have the football in a tie game with 3:47 to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Palmer hasn't punted apparently since youth football.
Well, he punted last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's until this last couple weeks.
Tonight's Friday Night Rivals live stream is sponsored by Care Property Service, the only call you need. Stay tuned for the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report. Highlights and stats from the first half. Also the best high school football highlights from around the country. It's all coming up on CBS 21 halftime report.
I was referring since 2 weeks ago when the starting kicker got hurt in pregame with a hip injury. He'll be back at some point, most likely. And Palmer started to take some punts, as did 2 other players, allegedly, and they went with Palmer.
Wydra in motion. First down for the Rams. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. Picks up a yard or 2 on the carry was Garcia. Brown and Barnes made the stop for Bishop McDevitt. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Rams.
They're going to try to play fast here. This Central Dauphin's offense.
The Rams with wins over Carlisle, Altoona, and Central Dauphin East this year. With 3 wins, 3 and 4. Tied 14-14 with a red-hot Bishop McDevitt team.
Zone for McDevitt here. Lebo can run.
Lebo throws it, but incomplete. Ran out of real estate.
He could have picked up a few there.
Yeah, was looking for Johnson, who caught it out of bounds. Jaden Johnson, the outstanding defensive player for Central Dauphin. Not too much of a threat offensively, but is a guy that they'd like to get the football to.
I like what McDevitt did there defensively. Backed off into a zone look. So Central Dauphin can't just expect it's all going to be straight man or it's all going to be zone. They're mixing up their coverages a little bit, which can keep the defense a little off balance, not sure what to expect. Looks like McDevitt's going back to straight man look here. Yes, they are. Bringing pressure.
3rd and 8 from the 41. Here comes pressure. Ball thrown up in the air and caught. The defender fell down and the catch was made. Lebo had pressure and he found Cooper, who made the catch for a 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down.
He's in the Miss McDevitt territory after 42.
Take another look at this play. The defender just fell down.
That was 28. Crummel,
who has an interception this season at 5'10", 170 pounds.
Crummel was grabbing him a little bit there, too.
Grabbed him and then slipped, lost his balance, and Cooper was able to come up with the big catch and a first down. There is Cooper. A couple catches tonight, now 12 on the season. He has 1 touchdown this year, had 3 catches last week in the win. Garcia on the carry. Garcia gets 2. Garcia has 72 carries this season, scored 6 touchdowns. Milch, 14, makes the stop for Bishop McDevitt. He's flying all over the field. There's a look at Coach McNamee. 19th season, winningest coach in Central Dauphin Rams history. Has been a struggle the last couple of years. Great run there for a long time. Lebo gets out of trouble, throws it down and out of bounds and incomplete. And there's a penalty marker down. Could be a hold on Central Dauphin.
When you go to an empty set, that's 5 wideouts. Pressure there, and Lebo didn't have much time to get that one off.
So hold on Central Dauphin. Most of the penalties tonight have been on McDevitt, but here's one on the Rams.
Nice job of avoiding the rush there by Lebo and getting out of the pocket. Threw it away, basically. Coach Wechter's going to take the penalty, which is going to, rather than a
holding on the offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Rather than 3rd and 8, he's going to bring up a 2nd and 18.
Penalty on Westrick, the left guard. So with that penalty, as you mentioned, now a 2nd and 18, ball back at the close to midfield. It's at between the 49 and midfield in McDevitt territory for the Rams. High snap. Lebo sets up the screen and it's intercepted. The screen was set up and it was thrown right to Bishop McDevitt, and the interception. Duffy, yeah, Duffy with the interception, his 2nd of the season and the 8th interception this year by the McDevitt defense. Here's Duffy with his 2nd pick.
He read it. I'm not sure where the receiver was, but the receiver almost went beyond the line of scrimmage. It looked like in front of his blockers potentially. Duffy read it well, and turnover for the Crusaders.
So Duffy has 2 interceptions now in the season, 8 on the season for the McDevitt defense. Of course, Duffy became the starter in week 8. This very week last year when Vinnie Brooks went down with an injury and was out for the year, R.J. Duffy came in and played a great role leading the team to the state championship. Last year he had 67 tackles defensively. So the turnover, and McDevitt has the football. A little play action. Williams throws it wide open. Is Palmer. Palmer makes a man miss, still on his feet, and gets down to the 27-yard line. Big pass play there, and a 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down. It was Williams to Palmer.
Watch Wiley. He needs to wrap up here. You can't duck your head. Keep your head up. Go through the receiver, the ball carrier, and wrap your arms and drive your feet. That's fundamental football there. And fortunately for the Rams, Wydra was able to bring the scat back and scat receiver down. He is tough with the ball in his hands. And we're referring to number 8, Palmer.
25-yard pass play, Williams to Palmer.
McDevitt may want to consider using, they have 3 timeouts left.
Jones Davis on the run with a flag down, 1:39 to go here before the half. Devitt in Rams territory at the 26. They have 3 timeouts. The Rams have 1 remaining in the half. Looks like it's going to be face mask on Central Dauphin, which will give McDevitt more yards.
And now, right, Coach Wechter with the ball down here. Here, let's see it.
Five-yard face mask on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
He's in a situation, Coach Wechter. You'll see the face mask right here, a quick grab.
Central Dolphins' third penalty of the night.
Coach Wechter can use his whole offense. He can run or pass here. Plenty of time with 3 timeouts and 1:30 to go. The clock is moving again as McDevitt hustles up to the ball.
1st and 5 from the 21 for the Crusaders. 1:20 clock running here, second quarter, tie game. Williams has the completion to Zach Brown, his second catch of the game. 5 catches now in the season for Brown. A 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down, but a penalty marker comes out after the catch.
Wow, do we have a lot of penalties.
We always do when we cover McDevitt.
It's going to go against the Rams.
4th penalty now in the Rams.
Let's hear what it is. Brandon Cooper allegedly with the penalty flag. Under 2 minutes here. I think what he's asking Coach Wechter is if they want to have a 10-second runoff.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 8. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
So take a look at it. Here is Cooper, number 8.
Can't do this. Both sides have gotten unsportsmanlike, which cost them 15 yards. You got to keep your head in the game. Very frustrating if you're a football coach to see that.
1st and 7, path for the red zone is where the Crusaders are, trying to take their first lead of the night. After starting this game being down 14-0, looking for 21 unanswered points. Great play to knock it down, but the penalty marker comes down. It was Jaden Johnson who was the one that knocked it down. They were looking for Howard Holton Jr.
We're going to see it.
They called the pass interference on number 5, Johnson.
Great job playing the ball, but he made a grab with his left hand. Yes, he does.
Ooh.
Got his left hand wrapped around. And
Holton Jr. with 5 touchdown catches this season.
with the ball in the air, you can't do that. It's tough to defend there near the goal line on that slant route.
So Central...
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. Penalty is half the distance to the goal, first down.
So Central Dauphin came into this drive with only 2 penalties, and they've had 3 big penalties here in the last minute and a half. That penalty on Jaden Johnson, who has an interception this season, blocked a kick last week in the win over Central Dauphin East. So a 1st and goal for the Crusaders, trying to take their first lead of the game with the final 1 minute in this first half. Jones Davis still on his feet, short of the goal line. Was looking for his 3rd touchdown of the night, but was stopped short of the goal line.
Coach Wechter, with just under a minute, will probably just elect to let the clock run. Plenty of time to get your 4 plays in, and then it won't give Central Dauphin much time left to do anything should they get a decent kick return.
Morin made the stop, his 40th tackle of the season for Central Dauphin.
We're down to 38 seconds, as you can see on your screen.
2nd and goal. Jones Davis has the 2 touchdowns tonight for McDevitt. Will he have his 3rd? They give it back to Jones Davis.
Double tight set. He's in.
And he's in for the 3rd touchdown of the night for Jones Davis, our spotlight player. And there's your Faulkner Honda touchdown. Jones Davis with his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Power running set, the double tight flanker. Give it to your tailback. Off tackle, let him find a little gap, a seam to get in the end zone.
5 penalties, 40 yards, all led to that for Central Dauphin Rams in that first half and hurt them on this series. Jones Davis now with 3 touchdowns here in the first half, and the extra point is up and good. And Bishop McDevitt has their first lead of the night after being down 14-0. The Crusaders lead it 21-14. So the Crusaders turned the interception. R.J. Duffy picked it off at midfield. They turned it into points. 6-play, 51-yard drive. Jones Davis with his third rushing touchdown of the night, and Bishop McDevitt as their first lead of the game, 21-14.
Let's see where they're going to kick it this time.
Good feet store kickoff. Milich with the kick. And the ball is off again, just like last time, off a Central Dauphin player. Who has the football? Bishop McDevitt believes they do. Could it happen for the second time? Waiting for the officials to sift through the pile and see who has it. The Crusaders got it with 25 seconds to go before the half. So for the second straight time on a kickoff, how about that? They come up and they get it. Ruth on the covering. Or Yost. Wow, how about it?
Jeff Wechter now is saying, I wish I'd have used some timeouts instead of taking our time.
And for the second straight time, it was off of Allen's hands.
Yes, you didn't know as an offensive coach there, play caller. And here they're going to get another shot to try to, there's no question, everybody in the stadium knows what's happening here. Sebastian Williams is going to drop the pass, and he's firing that ball downfield. So it's a matter of which four receivers he's throwing to.
Will Yost was the one that recovered it off the hands of Allen for the second straight time. Bishop McDevitt has the football.
Oh, they're going to give it in a running play, surprisingly.
Straight ahead.
Got to get a timeout right away.
Jones Davis fighting for extra yards, 17 seconds on the clock. McDevitt has all three timeouts left in the half. They call timeout with 16 ticks on the clock. A second down coming up after the Jones Davis run.
We have a decent crowd here, several thousand fans. Looks to be about maybe 4,000-ish, 3,000, 3,500, but I think there are single-digit amount of people that thought that that ball was going to be run right there. I think what Coach Wechter thought he might be able to do is get a quick opener and have his stud running back find a gap.
There's Stone Saunders back home. Spent 4 years as the starting quarterback at Bishop McDevitt, all-time passing leader in the state of Pennsylvania, has a bunch of Pennsylvania state records, and he's here tonight on the McDevitt sidelines. The University of Kentucky. Good to see Stone Saunders tonight on the sidelines for the Crusaders. As you can tell, it's football weather. Stone has that hoodie on and even has the hoodie up. About 55 degrees. Going to drop to about maybe 50 by the time this game is over in week 8 of the high school football season. So here we go, 16 seconds to go. 2nd and 4. I bet you they're not going to run it again.
4 wideouts, 2 to each side. Look for a vertical route here from all of them. Yes, it is.
Williams to throw, intercepted. Picked off at the 12-yard line. And Jaden Johnson with his second interception of the season comes up with the pick. So a turnover for Bishop McDevitt.
They had 4 guys going vertical to the right side, 2 receivers there. Palmer looks like he's open down that hash mark. Williams will like to go to the outside receiver.
Williams for just his 5th interception of the season, his first interception he's thrown since the Cedar Cliff game. So he went 3 games without throwing a pick after starting the season with most of his interceptions until he got himself acclimated as the starting. So now Central Dauphin will most likely run this into the locker room, down a touchdown. That's exactly what will happen. Bishop McDevitt is up 21-14. Time for West Shore home hit the showers for both of these teams. We'll hear from Jeff Wechter before our CBS 21 halftime report. Get his thoughts on the first half. And we head down on the field to Coach Wechter. Coach, offensively, things coming together. Obviously, special teams, some hairy things happening. Just your thoughts on the first half.
I mean, they had a good game plan coming out. The first touchdown run was a shock to us, but, you know, we practiced all week for onside kick, and they gave it to us. we're down 14-0, but we battled back. The defense is playing better. Unfortunately, we're down 2 offensive linemen on our center, and it's causing a lot of issues. Our backups, we tried 2 backup centers. They're snapping the ball a little bit late. That's why we're getting all these procedure penalties.
All right, Jeff, get into the locker room, get your team ready for the second
right,
half.
thanks
for taking a couple of minutes with us, and we're getting ready for the CBS 21 halftime report. Yes, it was a quick start, as Coach Wechter mentioned, 14-0 early, but 21 and unanswered by the Crusaders, and they lead it at the half. Bishop McDevitt 21, Central Dauphin 14. It's WellSpan Orthopedics, Friday Night Rivals.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Columbia Cottage. This is the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report.
Good one tonight at Landis Field. We're at the half. Bishop McDevitt 21, Central Dauphin 14. Central Dauphin Hall of Fame night here tonight at Landis Field. Time for us to take a minute to look back from last week, some of the best high school football plays from the entire country. Sit back, relax, enjoy.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Churchill hands to Ron. Nice cut move and a hurdle. He's still on his feet. Are you kidding me? Caleb Ron, touchdown. Oh my goodness, what did he just do?
Empty set now for Drahol. He's going to air it out, taking a shot deep. Making the catch in stride is Tabito. Touchdown, McCauley.
Fortier just unleashes one to Tabito. Look at that. Just a cannon down the field. Tabito gets behind the defender. Fortier with the throw. And
Here's Rios. He can change it in a hurry. Breaks it outside.
There he
Breaks
goes.
another tackle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Got one man to beat. Sidesteps him and goes to the end zone. Dives for the touchdown.
Second down and 10. Here's George. Running through tacklers. First down and more. Look out. George, one man to beat. Touchdown, Baylor. 60-yard.
Moore is going to go around the right side of the play. The ball's in the air. The ball popped up, scooped up. It's picked up by White Nose. Down the sideline we go. This is number 0. This is Coakley. Coakley, green grass and opportunity. That's 6 on the board.
Great plays from around the country. We are at the half. Bishop McDevitt 21, Central Dauphin 14.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Columbia Cottage. This is the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report.
After Central Dauphin's quick, shocking start to this one, Bishop McDevitt flipped the script. Nazir Jones-Davis taking over on the ground, punching in 3 rushing touchdowns as the Crusaders ripped off 21 unanswered points and have a touchdown lead here at the half. Time now for our Scholar Athletes, brought to you by Schellenberger Januzzi Wolf LLP. For Bishop McDevitt, baseball player Calvin Schneider, outstanding in baseball, also does a great job in the classroom at Bishop McDevitt High School. And for Central Dauphin Rams, soccer, Ethan Jacobs, also outstanding job athletically, better job in the classroom. For these 2 athletes, students chosen each week for the Scholar Athletes are eligible to win a $3,000 scholarship presented at the end of the season, courtesy of Schellenberger Januzzi Wolf LLP, who are proud to support and encourage outstanding student athletes across central Pennsylvania. Congratulations to both of our Scholar Athletes. CBS 21 halftime report will continue from Landis Field in Harrisburg with Bishop McDevitt up 21-14 over Central Dauphin.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Columbia Cottage. This is the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report.
Special teams told the story. Central Dauphin lost 2 key kickoffs that shifted the momentum back to McDevitt. Those miscues turned into Jones-Davis touchdowns. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. What a start to the game for Central Dauphin. Very first play from scrimmage. They were not messing around. They took the first play, and Isaac Hodgson goes 80 yards right up the middle and then untouched. And then it's Isaac's speed, 80 yards to the house. What a start for the Rams. Then an onside kick for the Rams. They recovered. Here it comes. That was a thing of beauty. 6 plays later, 46-yard drive capped off Lebo's 3rd touchdown pass of the season to Cooper. And it was 14-0. Just like that, the Rams. Back come the Crusaders. Jones-Davis, 8th rushing touchdown of the season, a 9-play, 71-yard drive. It was 14-7. And then Jones-Davis spinning out, 17-yard touchdown, 9-play, 45-yard drive, 14-14 McDevitt. And then R.J. Duffy comes up, picks off this screen pass. That leads to a 9-play, 51-yard drive to take the lead for the first time tonight. Jones-Davis in the end zone for his 3rd rushing touchdown. Bishop McDevitt has the lead at the half, 21-14. Take a look at the numbers. 153 yards of total offense for Central Dauphin, 173 for Bishop McDevitt. McDevitt, an asterisk next to Central Dauphin because Central Dauphin lost 2 kicks, not 1, but 2 kicks on kickoffs.
Yeah, and Central Dauphin was very fortunate that there was only a little bit of time, 25 seconds left on that second one, so McDevitt had very limited time to get down the field to put points on the board.
Penalty, 7 for Bishop McDevitt. You see the yardage there. We're at the half at Landis Field. Bishop McDevitt 21, Central Dauphin 14. A good Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup tonight.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Columbia Cottage. This is the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report.
Landis Field in Harrisburg, Bishop McDevitt up 21-14. Big game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Let's take a look at the Commonwealth standings. Last year, Harrisburg and State College ended up in a tie at the end of the season. Right now, there you see the standings. Harrisburg won, number 1 in the state in 6A, and then Bishop McDevitt, State College right behind them. Both teams 5-1 in Commonwealth play. Right now, Harrisburg is leading Cumberland Valley at the half, 14-10. Also tonight in Mid-Penn Commonwealth, Chambersburg at Altoona, Central Dauphin East at State College, and Cedar Cliff at Carlisle. So there could be a possibility for Harrisburg being tied with someone atop the Commonwealth again.
Yes, and Harrisburg last year defeated McDevitt and State College. This year they defeated McDevitt and State College. But as you alluded to, last year losing to Cumberland Valley, they're in a tight one this time over at CV. And if they should lose that game, just like last year, it's going to come down to the McDevitt State College game late in the season. The winner of that will tie Harrisburg for the title. That's if Harrisburg would lose to CV.
That game will be Week 10 at Rocco Hortensio Stadium between Bishop McDevitt and State College. We're at the half. Crusaders, they still have some work to do. They're only up by a touchdown, 21-14 at the half.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by Columbia Cottage. This is the CBS 21 Friday Night Rivals halftime report.
Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman at Landis Field in Harrisburg. A 21-14 game. Bishop McDevitt up after being down 14-0, about to start the second half of this one. So a quick start for Central Dauphin. They came out, scored 2 quick touchdowns, but Bishop McDevitt fought their way back. And now up 21-14, looking to win their 6th in a row. They've won 5 in a row coming in after starting the season 0-2. We're going to get a word from Coach McNamee before this second half begins. Get his thoughts before the second half starts. So down on the field now with Coach McNamee. And Coach, what a great start for you to start 14-0. Just talk a little bit about game planning and getting ready to have that quick start to start the game.
Yeah, really proud of our kids executing the way they did, and just the mental preparation to come out ready for kickoff.
A couple of things to clean up special team-wise on the kickoff. I'm sure you addressed that at the half.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing a really, really good football team here. Can't give them any extra possessions.
All right, Glenn, thanks a lot. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Coach McNamee joins us. We heard from Coach McNamee and Coach Wechter. And now we're ready for the second half. For your thoughts on the second half. It's a one-touchdown game. Central Dauphin only has 3 wins this season, but they're right in it with a very hot McDevitt team. What's going to happen here in the second half?
Well, first off, Central Dauphin is down a touchdown already. They have to get a stop to start the second half because McDevitt gets the football. After that, I like when they were going for some shots down the field, and they just overthrew the passes. Decent coverage by the Crusaders, but you got to keep doing that. You got to take shots. If McDevitt's going to play straight man, go after them. Try to hit the home run to get back in this ball game.
Lebo, we just saw him. He's 3 of 10, 52 yards passing and has a touchdown. Cooper, 3 catches, 52 yards and the touchdown catch. Hodgson, 4 carries, 85 yards. And, of course, that 80-yard touchdown has started the game. Garcia, 5 carries, 11 yards. Lebo rushed 3 times for 5 yards for Central Dauphin. For Bishop McDevitt, their leaders, Williams, 10 of 14, 108 yards. Palmer has 4 catches for 40 yards. Ruth, 2 catches for 30. Brown, 2 catches for 14. Holton, a catch for 13 yards. Chance Holmes, 1 catch, 11 yards. Jones, 3 touchdowns. He's run the ball 12 times for 53 yards. That's about a 4.4 yards per carry average. For Jones Davis. Barnes, 1 carry, 9 yards, and then LaRue, 2 rushes for 3 yards, for Bishop McDevitt. So there's are the stats individually for both these teams. It's a 1-touchdown game. Bishop McDevitt will get the ball to start this second half, as aforementioned. Bishop McDevitt won the toss to start the game. They deferred to the second half, so they'll have the football to get started up 21-14.
It's a lot easier said than done to say we got to get a stop to start this third quarter because McDevitt, both running and pat. Look at them right now. Look at that front group for McDevitt on the front 5. They are ready for that quick onside kick that happened Central Dauphin's first kickoff. They are not going to get fooled this time.
So Palmer's back to receive the kickoff.
There you see him.
Quick, who's out of the game, who's injured, got injured last week. He has a kickoff return for a touchdown this season. They have 2 special teams touchdowns on return, one on kickoff, and Palmer, who has a return and now 2 and a return to punt for a score. So here we go, our good feet store kickoff to get the second half started in a 21-14 game. The Rams kicking to the Crusaders. Palmer takes it from the 4-yard line. Up the middle he goes, has a little bit of room. Palmer spins his way out to the 39-yard line. Great return by Palmer.
Sure is. We talked about it last week. You don't want to kick deep to number 12, Ricky Waters, back 40 years ago, 40 seasons ago to be exact, and you sure as heck got to be careful kicking it to Ish Palmer because they both can make something happen.
36 yards on the return for Palmer. He goes for 36. That was fun talking to Ricky Waters. I hope you were with us last week. We started off the second quarter, had a great conversation with the former Bishop McDevitt player who was honored last week. He was on Friday Night Rivals with us for the second quarter. First and 10 for the Crusaders to start the third quarter. Little pitch to LaRue Jr.
Hodgson, number 10 for the Rams, went down with an injury in the second quarter. He's back in the game at linebacker, running a tad bit gingerly, but he's going to cut this one out. Nice pursuit by the Central Dauphin defense to limit the run, the quick pitch to a short game.
Outside the turnover and going for it on 4th down. McDevitt has yet to be stopped on 3rd downs tonight. They've been good on 3rd down. 2nd down here, 2nd and 8 from the 42. And there's a look at Hodgson. Love that helmet, all busted up. Tells you the kind of tough player that he is. Handoff goes to Jones Davis. Jones Davis pushes the football across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. You need a pile to bring down Jones Davis. One guy's not going to do it.
Watch the guard and tackle from the right. Both pull. But it's out of shotgun. Under center back in the day would be a fake to sort of act like motion going to the right. You're going to go back to the old counter tray the Redskins made famous. It's a version of it right there. And what I like about the Crusader offense, they're in a manageable 3rd and short situation, which they can usually
Well, we talked about how good they are in third downs tonight. Yes. That pulling guard was Logan, 73 to 6'3", 290-pound senior, was the one pulling for Jones Davis. They give it back to Jones Davis. He has the first down, and he's into Ram territory. Drags a tackler up to the 45-yard line, and a 10-yard pickup and a kitchen saver first down run by Jones Davis.
They ran the tailback ISO. Look at him standing straight up and down. And they ran it to the short, the weak side, to get the first down. Some running backs nowadays, instead of being in a stance with their body down in a football position, they like being just standing straight up. And it's a unique thing. You see it from time to time nowadays. Look at the quad set to the top of the screen.
First and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Crusaders. High snap. Williams gets rid of it, and the ball is nearly intercepted. Almost picked off by Johnson. That would be 2 tonight for him. He already has 1.
What you do there, you send 4 receivers to one side. If they go single coverage to the one receiver side, you throw it out there. Another tough snap, as Coach Wechter said. They're trying to go with a center here. Because when you have some guys out, they're struggling to get that snap on time and getting it accurate.
Coach Wechter talked before the half about having some of those offensive linemen out with injury, which makes things difficult, trying to patch that up and make it work for his team. 2nd and 10 now for the Crusaders. Opening drive of the second half. Handoff goes to Barnes. Barnes just shy of the 40-yard line, gets to the 41.
So pick up 3 yards to the 40.
Picks up 3 yards.
34 Xavier now, along with 661. Book on stop.
Book with his second straight tackle. He's in there with Allen, the linebacker, who has 45 tackles now in the season. He's been pretty good, and Book as well. Book over 20 tackles, 5.5 tackles for a loss for the 6'6", 265-pound senior.
Cover 2 look. Bubble.
They get the ball to Palmer. Palmer has that speed, and he gets a couple of yards to the 38-yard line.
That was well defended there. The corner that was playing cover to that side came up and jammed the receiver, forced it inside. You'll see it right here.
Now, most of Palmer's catches have been that. When do they...
It's my call. They did it right at the end of the half. They had him down that hash mark, and Williams elected to go to the outside receiver, and the ball got picked. And here you see Palmer's the 3rd receiver. He probably, chances are he may be able to, on 4th down. They're just going to try to get the first down here, though. Probably a shorter pass.
4th
they're
and
going to
3 from the 38. They go to the ground to try to get the first down, and they got it.
Great second effort here by the running back.
Jones Davis has 3 touchdowns tonight and a tough run. A good second effort, as you mentioned.
Hodgson got him right there.
Short of the first.
Oh, they're going to say short.
Hodgson, 10, was there to tackle him. And Jones Davis, first looked like he had it. Looked how he had it by about a yard, but not the case.
So Hodgkin made contact.
Cooper was the one there also to get in there and cause trouble, number 8. So a turnover on downs.
Big stop by the Rams here early in the 3rd quarter. Now let's see if they can get something going. They're in a double tight set.
1st and 10 for the Rams after taking it over on downs from their 36-yard line. Lebo will give to Garcia.
10 guys in the box for Central Dauphin, for McDevitt, and they limited that run.
So no gain for Garcia. It's pretty hard to run when you have 10 guys standing there waiting for you.
Yes, but Central Dauphin was had a lot of blockers. They went in a double tight eye set.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
So that was Allen.
I really expect at some point for CD to try to go for a home run. Lebo has been overthrowing that throughout the game so far.
Well, they went 4 straight passes downfield, if you remember, in the 2nd quarter. All incomplete. Lebo, here comes pressure, has to step up, and down he goes. Lebo is sacked.
We talked about that in the first half. If you're going to release, we did it with Cumberland Valley last week. We talked about it as well. If you're going to release multiple receivers, you're not going to have much time to throw.
Miltish with the sack. There's a look at him.
You got to be careful you don't turn the ball over here and give McDevitt a short field. They capitalize most times on short fields.
12 sacks this season for the McDevitt defense. A year ago in their state championship year, they had 31 sacks.
No tight end in the game, so it's going to be a quick corner, a short corner by this rush.
3rd and 15, Lebo. Here comes pressure. He's going to run. Lebo getting downfield and gets out of bounds, and penalty for a late hit out of bounds.
And another flag on something else it looked like.
It was pushed out of bounds by Patrick Wright, number 21 for McDevitt.
McDevitt defense comes up big there, keeping Lebo from getting down the sidelines. Let's see what we have after it. Is it 2 separate fouls? Possibly. Both after the play. There they're calling a late hit, one would imagine. The other flag looked like it came after that. It may have been regarding something else. Potentially offsetting both dead ball fouls, if they are 2 separate penalties.
Look at Coach McNamee. Just talked to him a few minutes ago about his quick start, 14-0.
After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 21 on the defense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 21 on the defense. After the penalties, first down.
So 30 yards and penalties. I want to see the replay here. Number 31 for McDevitt.
21, Patrick
21,
Wright.
excuse me. Patrick Wright, the senior DB. He must have said something after the push out of bounds. It wasn't a horrible late hit, that's for sure. Let's see it.
Patrick Wright transferred from out of state, came from Minnesota to join.
Oh, he's
McDevitt.
in his face. That's what happened. He pushed him out of bounds. He definitely was out, not a horrible hard hit. And then he was jawing afterwards.
So 30 yards of penalty, and the Rams find themselves in McDevitt territory. Allen with the carry off the right side.
And a nice tackle by Patrick Wright right there, trying to make up for that 30 yards in penalties.
Second down and 10. No gain on the play from the Crusaders' 35-yard line after 30 yards of penalty. Bishop McDevitt, they're closing in on 100. I think they had 60-something when we saw the stats at the half. So right there, getting close to that 100 yards of penalty that they always seem to average, at least when we have them on our Friday Night Rivals telecasts. 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Lebo out of the pocket, and a penalty marker down, and looking for the intended target, Cooper. I believe it's going to be holding on the line of scrimmage by the Rams.
Pass intended for Cooper incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
Yep, offensive holding on the pass blocking.
Holding on the offense, number 53, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Now, years ago, what that would be is a spot foul. It would come from the point of where the foul took place. But last several years, they do it from the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up a 1st and 20.
So Cooper has 3 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown. He has all the pass catches tonight for the Rams offense. That's who they were looking for. McDevitt has 9 penalties for 95 yards. That last penalty was costly to Central Dauphin. So 2nd and 20. Pressure coming. And down goes Lebo. Sack, 2nd sack this series. Brown comes up with the sack. Zach Brown, that's his 3rd sack of the season, and now 13 sacks on the year for this McDevitt defense.
Now I'm expecting McDevitt to continue get good pressure up front if there's a pass, but also back up and play zone and not give away anything down the field on a one-on-one look, and they are. McDevitt's going to looks like they're going to be in a 3-deep set, zone coverage in the back end.
There's Brown. He had a sack last week, has a sack this week. 3rd and 25. Lebo steps up in the pocket, looks to throw, has the completion, and he finds Cooper. Cooper's 4th catch of the night. All 4 receptions by this Rams offense have come Lebo to Cooper.
That puts McDevitt in, or excuse me, Central Dauphin in a manageable 4th and around 10 or so. And they can go for it, and they probably will from the 35. They could also quick kick out a shotgun and put McDevitt back inside the 15-yard line, maybe the 10.
Yeah, got him back to the original line of scrimmage at the 35. So Cooper with the catch, Palmer with the stop.
Central Dolphins have to hurry up. There's already 10 seconds on the clock. They're not out of the huddle. 8 on the play clock.
4th and 10 from the 35. Play clock closing down. Let's see if they can get the play off.
They do.
Here comes pressure. Screen pass set up. Last one was picked off, but not this time. Great positive play and a first down, and it goes back to Cooper. Cooper, 5 catches. Every completion tonight has gone to Cooper, and a 17-yard pickup and a kitchen saver first down. Huge play by the Rams offense.
Yeah, watch where Cooper caught that ball. It looked like he caught it in front of the line of scrimmage by about a yard, yard and a half. That's a penalty because there's offensive linemen downfield on a screen. Not called. It's a close one, right near the line of scrimmage.
Cooper has 5 catches tonight, 15 catches on the season now.
Watch it right here. Ball snap from the 35, and he catches it a yard in front, about the 34. It's close enough. They probably didn't elected not to call it. It was a close one, but you can't have linemen downfield if the ball's caught in front of the line of scrimmage.
Lebo cutting back. Lebo on the keeper. There he goes to the far side and gets tackled inside the 5-yard line. What a run on the keeper by the quarterback Lebo. Kitchen saver first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Designed run, and Lebo, you see his athleticism there. He's really a running back masquerading as a quarterback.
Switches field. Outfitter red zone. Central Dauphin, tough run, and into the end zone. What a huge score for the Rams. Garcia with his 7th rushing touchdown of the season, and we are an extra point away from a tie game. There's your Faulkner Honda touchdown. Garcia in from short yardage for his 7th TD of the season.
Down as offensive lineman, Gabe Lara, after the run, went down hard. Like something with his leg potentially. And Central Dauphin, as you said, can tie this up with a PAT, provided they kick it and don't elect for go for 2. I would assume they would kick this.
Time for our Barber Styling Institute mustache cam. Even our cameraman rocking a nice mustache. Looking for the best mustaches in Landis Field. Searching high and low for some nice mustaches. Brought to you by Barber Styling Institute. We do it every 3rd quarter on WellSpan Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. You look forward to it. Who's going to be on Mustache Cam this week? Brought to you by Barber Styling Institute.
And we lost our streak. None of the 5 officials with a beard today. We had it for 2 weeks in a row.
Central Dauphin, the flag is running, and they are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A very impressive drive after McDevitt was stopped on downs, and the extra point is up and good by Jimenez. And we are tied. It's 21-21. What a drive by the Rams. We got ourselves a game tonight. Scoring summary sponsored by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. Big fourth down and big conversion. Lebo to Cooper, and that led to the short touchdown run for Garcia. 3-yard touchdown run, 10-play, 64-yard drive. Important to point out that drive would have ended if it would have been for the McDevitt penalties. 30 yards of penalties on that drive. Coach McNamee has his team tied up 21-all with Bishop McDevitt. Good feet store kickoff. Ball taken from the 25, and you want speed. This time we have another speedster. Down the sideline goes LaRue Jr.
And he's in the end zone.
Touchdown return.
Special teams for Central Dauphin. An error there. They tried a little blooping kick to the right, and LaRue is a guy that can really go. He's their third-string running back, but he gets some carries, and he pulled it off there. Watch him break to the right, gets a few downfield blocks, a pancake block right there, and his speed does the rest.
Second kickoff return for a score by Bishop McDevitt this season. Quick has one. Now LaRue. Just like that, Bishop McDevitt back on top.
Harrisburg scores in the third quarter. They are up 21-10 on the Eagles.
So the sophomore, LaRue Jr. with a spark on special teams. The extra point is up, and it is no good. So it's 27-21 after the LaRue Jr. kickoff return for the score. Crusaders back on top. We're going back and forth tonight in this one. School bus stop of the game coming up in the fourth quarter. We'll highlight the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop at a school bus when the stop arm is out.
They're not going to catch it again.
There's our good feet store kickoff, and kickoffs have been interesting. And the Rams recover it. Remember that Bishop McDevitt two times were able to convert on a kickoff and got the ball.
Your second line has to read that and come flying up and make sure you cover that.
So special teams kind of stealing the show tonight. Here's our Bella Concepts Remodeling scoring summary. The sophomore, the super sophomore, goes to the house for the score. 75-yard kickoff return.
If we can get a replay of another special teams, that kick, the blooping, very nicely done. We saw State College do it here 2 weeks ago. At some point, we'll get a replay of that and show you what you cannot do. You got to cover that ball and be aware and try to anticipate.
So after the Rams went on a 10-play, 64-yard drive, they have the football back, but they're down by 6 because of the LaRue interception or the kickoff return for a score. Here's a look at it.
Watch the next line. You got to fly up to that. One is a lineman, number 51. That's not really his role. And Yanni, the sophomore outside linebacker, he made 2 good plays against State College 2 weeks ago to cover kicks just like that, but he was backing up to start. It's a tough situation, but McDevitt did a really nice job with their kicking game.
Someone besides Cooper made a catch. Number 5, Johnson, with the catch.
Double tight set, good running set for the Rams.
2nd and 4 after the 6-yard pass pickup. Lebo is going to run it and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it on the keeper. 3rd and 4 coming up for Central Dauphin.
more blockers at the point of attack when you're in that double tight set, and the quarterback electing to run with a lead blocker in front of him basically gives you an extra half a man. But the Crusader defense came up big there to force a 3rd and 4.
Here was number 7, Maurice Barnes. Over 200 career tackles for him, a 4-year starter. Last season he had 90 tackles. This year he's 40-plus tackles here in week 8 already. 3rd and 4, Lebo to throw. He's going downfield looking for Wydra, and incomplete. Again, just cannot hook up. This is the 5th time that they tried to stretch the field and go deep down the field, and all 5 passes have been overthrown by Lebo.
You pretty much have to punt here. You can go for it, but you're gonna, if you don't get it, you're giving McDevitt such a short field. Yeah, they're going to punt it.
So 4th down, 4th and 4, 1:42 to go, 3rd quarter.
Now they could run a fake here. They could always run a fake. You never know. But I expect them to punt it. And does McDevitt have a guy back? They're gonna just look for the fake. They're not putting anybody back. They're anticipating a fake punt. All 11 up for the Crusaders with their defense still on the field. Oh, there's a motion.
Wiley in motion. Here's
Nobody
the punt.
back.
Nobody back, so that's going to roll, and Central Dauphin will try to get it before it goes into the end zone, but they can't, so it's a touchback. Nobody back for Bishop McDevitt. Wiley flew down there to try to touch it before it got into the end zone, but Bishop McDevitt will have the football at the 20. Abel's son, roofing and siding, raised the roof with the moon tonight. A little chillier. Yeah, the cheerleaders have their jackets on. You're seeing blankets and hoodies all wrapped up trying to stay warm on this night. Abel's son, roofing and siding, raise the roof every 3rd quarter here on Friday Night Rivals. Chill in the air for the first time this high school football season here in week number 8. The winter hat out and about. There's your Abel's son, roofing and siding, raise the roof. Crusaders have the ball back with a 6-point lead. Another high snap, but they get the ball to Jones Davis.
Very good run defense there by the Rams. Trying to get the ball back, only down 6 here late in the 3rd quarter.
First by Daniel Convo, along with 79, Cameron Book. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
No gain, 2nd and 10 for the Crusaders. Final minute of this 3rd quarter. Pretty quick moving 3rd quarter. A special teams touchdown. LaRue Jr. took the kickoff 75 yards after the impressive 10-play, 64-yard drive by the Rams. Another high snap. Williams throws it, has the completion, gets it to Palmer. Palmer has speed. Oh, does he? Down the sidelines he goes. One man to beat. Trying to beat Johnson, and he all the way to the house for the score. There's the speed of Palmer with his 3rd touchdown of the season.
Wow. Now, I expect them to go for 2 here. Watch this. Fake run, sucks them up a little bit, the defense, and they go outside. And it's when you have a player with speed, one miss angle, one miss tackle, he's gone.
Williams to Palmer, 80 yards for the touchdown. His 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. And touchdown pass number 12 for Williams.
Couple CD defensive backs there. Garcia, also number 5, Johnson, went hard to try to get to Palmer, but Palmer's speed a little too much. And now, why are they going for 2? They're up 12. They want to get it to 14 here, late in the 3rd quarter.
There's a look at Ish Palmer, senior with all that speed. Had a touchdown last week, 37 yards, and here, 80-yard touchdown. Williams going for 2, and they got it. 2-point conversion is good as they get it to Howard Holton Jr., and it's a 14-point lead now for Bishop McDevitt. So you talk about big plays. LaRue Jr., the 75-yard kickoff return for a score, and then the 80-yard pass play, Williams to Palmer. Palmer just outran Johnson to get into the end zone. Coming up next week, we'll be in the Mid-Penn Colonial. It's a big one. Trinity and Susquehanna Township. Hannah, they're undefeated, top of the Colonial League, ranked 5th in the state 4A. Trinity's a huge game tonight at West Perry. Big Spring is at Susquehanna Township, so that'll be a big game to really determine who's going to win that Mid-Penn Colonial. Next week, Trinity at Susquehanna Township. Also, the Friday Night Rivals live stream is sponsored by Care Property Services, the only call you need.
Care Property Services. How about a trivia question?
Give it to me.
Look at the Rams right there. What year did they start wearing the green helmets with the white Rams rather than the white helmet with the green Rams? That's the trivia question for all you home. We'll give you the answer in a little bit. The Crusaders have worn that gold helmet almost forever.
40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Bishop McDevitt with 2 explosive touchdowns. It started this half with Central Dauphin tying up the game. Garcia's touchdown run, a 10-play, 64-yard drive that tied it all at 21 all. And then very next play on the kickoff, LaRue Jr. returned it 75 yards for the score. And then just that 80-yard pass play. Williams to Palmer. And now it's 35-21.
Was that unsportsmanlike conduct, I assume?
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Crusaders. And Milsh will kick off the Good Feet Store kickoff with 40 seconds to go here in the third.
Got to clean up those penalties that can be avoided just by keeping your composure.
And on the return,
it's athletic Wydra.
Wydra up to midfield.
Good athleticism. Here comes a late penalty again.
Another penalty coming down. Let's take a look at our scoring summary, sponsored by Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. And Palmer takes the short pass and then shows his speed, goes 80 yards. Palmer quietly putting together a nice game. 6 catches, 124 yards, and the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion. They needed that to be up by 14.
We had another, what looks to be another 15-yard penalty.
On the kicking team, number 4, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So
Zach Brown.
Over 100 yards of penalties again for the second straight week for Bishop McDevitt.
And it's just giving the Rams, gave them a short field last possession. It's giving them a shorter field here to try to get back in this football game. 2 possessions ago, I meant.
3 touchdowns in this third quarter with just 31 seconds to go. 2 long ones by Bishop McDevitt. Kickoff return and the 80-yard pass play. Let's see if the Rams could answer. Quarterback will keep it.
Good defense.
Lebo.
And that's going to be the last play, most likely, of the quarter.
Outcome 51, Chris Thompson.
1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Here in the final seconds of this third quarter. We're going to head to the fourth quarter for a 2nd and 9 for the Rams. When we get back, pretty wild third quarter. Crusaders trying to win 6 in a row. Fourth quarter, Phil Shaner alongside Ford Chapman. Bishop McDevitt for the second straight week over 100 yards and penalties. And while you were gone, Coach Jeff Wechter got the team together to address those penalty issues, because those are things that can really hurt you in playoff time, and Coach Wechter realizes that. So he's trying to address the penalty situation before it can hurt him in a playoff run.
We're under 10 minutes over at Cumberland Valley, and they have scored. Harrisburg leads 21-16.
Cumberland Valley had a big win over Harrisburg last year, right?
Yep.
Trying to do it again. Wydra in motion.
Backward pass. It's going to be a double pass.
Get it to Wydra. Wydra looking to throw. Fires the ball and incomplete.
Very well done by the McDevitt defense back there. 28-10. That is number 28, Crummel, and number 10, Smith. Nice job not biting up on the backward pass. You could tell that it was more backward than normal, so it looks like it's going to be a double pass. A lot of times that'll suck up defenders, try to come up and make the tackle, and you have a guy wide open behind the defense. Not there. You see Crummel.
Box score won't show it, but Lebo 6 of 14 for 82 yards, but he's been money on third downs for Central Dauphin, keeping some pressure on Bishop McDevitt. So here he is on third down, and down he goes. Lebo was going to take off, but one was unable to, and the sack by Zach Brown.
Yeah, that was a design pass play, but as you said, Lebo's looking, doesn't really sit in, tries to run, and sort of lost his balance a little bit. Brown's there for the big play.
Zach has 2 sacks tonight. He had 1 last week, so he has 3 sacks in 2 weeks for number 4. The 6'2", 220 senior. On your screen there, Zach Brown. 4th and 12 coming up.
Play clock down to 14. Still in the huddle. Got to hustle up to the ball. It's at 9.
Lebo on 4th and 12 from the 37 in Crusader territory.
Just got it off.
Pressure. Down he goes again. Back to back. It's Zach Brown, his 3rd of the night.
Great job defensively by that pressure of the McDevitt Crusaders.
Zach Brown, his 3rd sack of the evening. Here it comes.
They ran across a little loop by the inside guys, but that's Brown from the outside. That's just, they're tough to block. When you don't have a tight end helping you block out there, you just have a tackle, quarterback and shotgun. Those skill guys on the outside can wreak havoc, and they did there.
There's a look at Zach Brown. 3 sacks tonight. Had 1 last week, so 4 sacks in 2 weeks for Zach Brown. McDevitt takes over on downs, up 35-21 here in the 4th quarter. LaRue Jr. had the long kickoff return for a score, bounces to the outside and takes the ball into Ram territory to the 49-yard line, an 11-yard pickup, and that's a 1-800 got junked first down run by the sophomore.
Very nice run here. Look at it. He uses vision. Look at the vision. That play's designed to go up inside. He bounces it the whole way around the right. He gets some downfield blocks by his receivers, moves the chains. You ready for that trivia question answer? Do you have a shot at it?
I have a shot at it. You ready?
Yes.
2017.
Okay. 1995.
1995?
Yes.
So they've been wearing these helmets since 95.
Yes, sir. Oh, got to get set. Everybody's got to get set.
Palmer in motion.
Good job.
High snap, penalty marker.
Okay. What happened there, 2 receivers went in motion. What I'd like to do is have a call. Our call was check, check, check.
Well, you blew it in through it.
And everybody gets set. And number 8 did realize that. Whatever they said out there told him to get set, and he did. However, somebody else must have moved after that.
And we'll step aside. McDevitt up 35-21. Bishop McDevitt called timeout to avoid that penalty. They have 11 penalties for 125 yards tonight. First and 10 for McDevitt from the 49. Another high snap and the pitch to LaRue Jr. LaRue Jr. with a straight arm. There he goes with speed down the sideline. LaRue Jr. off of Johnson's hit, and he's in the end zone. He has a 75-yard kickoff return for a score, and then a 49-yard run. What a run. How about how he handled Johnson, number 5, spinning off of him for the 49-yard touchdown run.
Fabulous run by the running back, the backup running back on the little quick toss. One tackle broken. What's this spin? You didn't no wrap up there, no wrap up, and he's into the end zone. What a great individual performance by LaRue on that run to put the Crusaders up 20 with 10 minutes to go.
The extra point coming, and LaRue Jr., the star of the second half. The 75-yard kickoff return, and then that 49-yard electrifying run. The extra point is up and good, and it's 42-21. LaRue Jr., 49-yard touchdown run. Let's take a look at our play of the game, the heating up play of the game, sponsored by WC Eisenhower & Son. And here it is, the first play of the game. What a way to start for the Rams. Isaac Hodgson goes 80 yards for the touchdown. Heating up, play of the game, good start. Led to a 14-0 start for Central Dauphin. That was our very first play of the game. Just moments ago, LaRue Jr. with his 5th rushing touchdown of the season. He now has 7 touchdowns on the year, 5 rushing, has a receiving touchdown, and then has a special teams touchdown, which he had here tonight. So the sophomore has been getting in the end zone 7 different times this season. 42-21's our score. This has been a wild game.
From Campbell Mills.
Campbell Mills will kick the ball for the Crusaders. Our Good Feet store kickoff. Kick it to the Rams. Let's see if we can have more special teams magic. We've had a lot of it tonight. There's a good kick into the end zone for a touchback. And it's time now for our scoring summary.
Who kicked that?
Yeah, Bella Concepts Remodeling, turning vision into reality. And here is LaRue Jr. down the sidelines. Watch him take care of number 5, Johnson, spinning by him and in for 49 yards for his 5th rushing touchdown of the season for the sophomore. Your Bella Concepts Remodeling scoring summary.
Who kicked that ball?
That was Milch.
Milch. Who got to the end zone first?
Milch.
Milch, the kicker. That kid is a football player, and he's out there on defense right now. He sprinted the whole way through that end zone.
1st and 10 for Central Dauphin. 10:01 to go, down 42-21. Bishop McDevitt looking to win their 6th game in a row. They send Wydra in motion. Wydra goes behind Lebo. And
delay a game.
Delay a game on the Rams.
After a kickoff.
Prior to snap, delay a game on the offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Here's a look at Coach McNamee. Of course, Bishop McDevitt, the defending state champs, beat Roman Catholic last year in overtime, 34-31. They're currently ranked 5th in the state. Pine Richland, Roman Catholic, Peter Township, Chester, and Bishop McDevitt, the 5 teams ranked in the state right now in Class 5A. Still a lot of football to go through. 2 more weeks of the regular season, then a long postseason. District playoffs and then the state playoffs. Lebo jumps over one man, and Barnes rips him down after a couple of yards. Barnes having a good night. He had 6 tackles last week. Barnes has 5 tackles tonight. Lebo gets 2 yards to the 17.
Rams 2nd and 13.
So 2nd and 13 now coming up for the Rams. The Rams with a win here last week at Landis Field against their rival. Rams with wins over Carlisle, Altoona, and Central Dauphin East. 3 and 4 coming into this game against Bishop McDevitt on a 5-game win streak.
McDevitt Sebastian Williams. The snap was high, and it was unable. Quarterbacks were unable to get the handoff.
Was trying to give it to Garcia, couldn't do that, so Lebo had to keep it himself. Got up to the 22-yard line. Third down and 8 coming up. I mentioned before that Lebo has come up with some magical plays on third downs in this game. Hasn't had a whole lot of completions, but he's got some completions on third downs to get first downs.
Yes, good point. When you come in as a big underdog like Central Dauphin is, and you get the breaks, you just have to perform on the special teams. You can't give this many special teams miscues.
High snap, they give it to Garcia. Garcia bouncing to the outside, and short gain for Garcia. So fourth down coming up.
Coach McNamee's got to make a decision. If you want to try to stay in this football game, you got to score on this drive because we're down. We're going to be under 8 minutes by the time the ball is snapped. They're going to elect to punt. Once again, you got to be careful for a fake punt.
4-yard pickup, fourth down here and 4 from the 26-yard line. Palmer is back to receive the punt from his 45. Hodgson will punt it.
Central Dauphin missing a man. 2 guys are coming out. Now they're snapping with guys running out. There's 2 seconds on the play clock. That's going to be a illegal procedure penalty. Offsides penalty on offense from being on the defensive side. Potential illegal substitution because it looked like they may have had 12. That guy ran out. Let's see what it was.
Illegal substitution on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still fourth down.
Settle back the Rams up even more. There's a look at Palmer waiting for the punt.
5-yard penalty moves the ball back on the 21-yard line. It remains fourth down.
Already special teams magic tonight by Bishop McDevitt on the return game, and of course they recovered 2 kickoffs as well. So 4th and 9. Hodgson with the punt. They're going to stay away from it. Takes a bounce backwards.
You got to pick it up, Central Dauphin. The ball's going back towards your side.
And got it to the 42. Big game tomorrow. Big Ten football's new home is CBS tomorrow, 3:30. Oh, it's a big one. Indiana and Oregon. Huge game in the Big Ten. Both teams ranked in the top 10. That's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. Big Ten football on CBS 21. And the NFL doubleheader, 1 o'clock, Browns and Steelers, and Bengals and Packers at 4:25. It all starts with the NFL today at noon on CBS.
And District 3's local Bo Prabula, former Penn State backup quarterback, is an undefeated Tiger team playing the Alabama Crimson Tide from Mizzou.
Big game for Mizzou, undefeated with Alabama. It's going to be a big gain. Here's Jones Davis exploding and get to the 16-yard line. That's good enough for a 1-800-GOT-JUNK. First down by Jones Davis, who has 3 touchdowns tonight.
The right side of the skill guys on the right side. It wasn't the linemen. Both guys pulled to lead up through there, and very nice run for the Crusaders.
25-yard pickup. First down for the Crusaders. Jones Davis, 3 touchdowns tonight. Last week he had the Carlisle game, so 8 games at over 100 yards rushing in the extended season, of course, because Bishop McDevitt played more games, winning the state title. Jones Davis,
good defense,
good
there.
Open field tackle, and Garcia was able to bring him down for a tackle for a loss.
Very nice play. Good pursuit by the defense of CD. Force up a 2nd and 10 here. Tried to bounce it, and Garcia's not going to let that happen on that play.
Great job by Garcia. Garcia 8 tackles a week ago, now 26 tackles on the season for the senior. There's Sebastian Williams, high completion rate, came into this game and almost completing 70% of his passes. The junior quarterback has really settled in, having a great season. Give to Barnes. Barnes goes forward. I wonder what Sebastian Williams was thinking, having the guy he watched play for the last 2 years, Stone Saunders, on the sidelines.
How about it?
Stone Saunders here. Of course, played 4 years, led Bishop McDevitt to the state title game 3 times in his 4 years as quarterback, and they won
winning
it
2 of them.
and they won it twice. Left the state as the all-time passing leader, and impressive what Stone Saunders did in the 4 years as McDevitt quarterback. Here tonight on the sidelines watching this new junior quarterback, Sebastian Williams. So a 3rd and 8 from the 15 for the Crusaders. Give to outside run, spinning, and that was nice. Good run there. First down, 1-800 jump first down by Barnes. So you have the luxury of having 3 great backs with Jones, Davis, Barnes, and LaRue Jr. That's a big thing for Coach Wechter to have 3 guys that he can keep fresh. Be more and more important as you step through the playoffs to have a fresh running back ready to go.
McDevitt had a tight end trip set there, and they ran to that strong side and got some good blocking at the point of attack, and Barnes did the rest. Got down to the 1-yard line.
Williams completing 76% of his passes tonight. 13 of 17, 195 yards and a touchdown. And that's the kind of nights that Williams has really given Coach Wechter. Last week, 10 of 14. The week before that, 11 of 15. Against Carlisle, he was 5 of 8, 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he completed 5 passes. 2 of them were for touchdowns. He was 7 of 9 for 112 yards against Cedar Cliff. It's just the efficiency that he is able to give Coach Wechter. There's Johnson, the injured player for Central Dauphin. He's had a nice night tonight. Real good corner for the Rams. Leaves the field. He was the injured player.
We have a final from Cumberland Valley. Harrisburg wins the game 21-16.
First and goal for the Crusaders.
Harrisburg maintains that game lead in the Commonwealth standings.
First and goal from the 2.
Letting the play clock just go down. The clock's down to 4:45, and the play clock at 23. They can let their 20 seconds run off. The problem is the linemen are already in their 3-point stance. They got to hold tight here.
Barnes is the running back.
Who's going to get the ball here, obviously.
He's the one that got him down there. Bathfitter red zone.
Unless they sneak it.
The Crusaders. Give to Barnes, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Maurice Barnes. Short touchdown run. Barnes with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. There's your look at the Faulkner Honda touchdown. Barnes in from 2 yards. So all 3 running backs have scored touchdowns tonight. Jones Davis has 3 of them. LaRue Jr. has a rushing touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown. Now Maurice Barnes with his 8th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Crusaders extend their lead.
As has the skill guy that gets his hands on the ball with returns and with passes. Here's Palmer.
Extra point is no good. Bishop McDevitt has a 48-21 lead with 4:24 to go in the 4th quarter. Crusaders looking to make it 6 in a row. Bishop McDevitt in control now, 48-21. That wasn't the case for about 3.5 quarters of this game.
As you see Landis Field there.
Beautiful Landis Field.
Yes. 1998 renovation. That press box you were looking at is now the home press box. They switched sides. We're in the old press box on the visiting side with the McDevitt coaches to our right up here in the booth.
The Good Feet Store kickoff. Taken at the 16-yard line. Let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for the school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points of your license, and license suspension.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And here it is on the screen pass. And Duffy, R.J. Duffy, comes up with the interception, his second of the season.
This is the school bus stop of the game. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Central Dauphin has the ball 1st and 10 here with 4:23 to go in the fourth quarter. And Garcia straight ahead for a couple.
That Duffy pick was crucial for the Crusaders at the end of the first half because it led to a touchdown to give them the lead.
That's why it was our school bus stop.
There it is.
Of the game.
There it is.
So a 6-yard gain on the Garcia run. 2nd and 4 coming up. 4-minute mark of the fourth. Garcia again pushes the pile as the first down. And an 8-yard pickup for Garcia. So a first down for the Rams. Bishop McDevitt will stay here at Landis Field. Of course, they'll go home and, practice and go to school, but they'll be back here Friday night here at Landis Field. Same spot when they take on Central Dauphin East in Week 9. And then they'll finish the regular season at home at Rocco Artenzio Stadium in a huge game against State College. State College, a team that is ranked in the state in 6A. They're ranked 6th in the state. Of course, Harrisburg, the #1 ranked team in the state in 6A, who got that win over Cumberland Valley tonight, as Ford told you about. Penalty marker comes down before the play can start for the Rams.
That's running back 34, Allen. He left early, moving forward. And when you're running forward to that extent, instead of just a slight move, it's going to be a dead ball foul.
Penalty takes ball back to the 29-yard line. 1st and 15.
Speaking of Harrisburg, that's who Central Dauphin has next week at Harrisburg. Saturday afternoon game at 1. And then Central Dauphin will wrap up their season here at Landis Field against Chambersburg in Week 10. Those are the 2 games remaining for the 3 and 4, soon to be 3 and 5, Central Dauphin Rams. High snap again. And to give to Allen. As Lebo's out, Oliver is in at quarterback, the backup quarterback. I'll tell you what, you have to give Lebo some credit. He has battled injuries all season and really trying to do what he can against the toughest conference in central Pennsylvania. The numbers won't always pop at you, but Lebo shows grit and leadership in every snap. Got banged up in that Cumberland Valley game, the game we had, and then couldn't play against State College, but his second game back. Oliver in at quarterback now to replace him. And the handoff to Allen and tackled in the backfield for a loss. Melch with a tackle for a loss.
Creighton Melch, the sophomore. Obviously brothers with Campbell.
Creighton and Campbell Melch have been all over the place. That's his second tackle of the night for him. Of course, his brother now handling the kicking duties with the injury of Bishop McDevitt's kicker, Aiden Grilla. Bishop McDevitt, 18 District 3 championships, 3 state titles coming in 95, 2002, and 2024. Allen with the run, Good second effort for Allen. Gets up shy of the 40-yard line to the 39. Of course, you coached the 95 team, and you had some of the players from 95 back with you last week at Rocco Hortensio.
Oh, yes, we
Field.
did, yes.
Pretty good reunion.
And the 85 team was back, the district champs.
With Ricky Waters, who we talked to last week on Friday Night Rivals in the second quarter. I believe I heard the score that Trinity beat West Perry tonight, so that's going to set up a huge game next week for us in the Mid-Penn Colonial when Trinity comes to undefeated Susquehanna Township. That'll be a big one. And then in week 10, we'll be in York County for Central York and York High. Kick taken at the 30 and a short return. Time for our player of the game, powered by Milk and the Alloyed Milk Producers. And our player of the game, the speed of this guy, Palmer. There he goes down the sidelines, 80 yards. Palmer with a big night. He's a playmaker.
Kick return and punt return as well.
Yep, he's a playmaker, and he is our player of the game, powered by Milk and Alloyed Milk Producers.
When you have a threat back on every punt and kick to do positive things with the ball and have a chance to break it almost every time, not to mention the quick passes he gets on the offensive end, and he showed you right there he can go the distance.
6 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown for Palmer receiving tonight, his biggest night as a receiver for the Crusaders. He came into this game with 9 catches for 136 yards. He's been heating up. We said it last week that Coach Wechter wanted to get Palmer more involved. One of the reasons because of his speed. Another reason is, Quick is injured, couldn't play, got hurt last week, out of the game this week. So next guy up, Palmer has a lot of ability and skill, and that'll do it. Bishop McDevitt has won 6 in a row. They take care of Central Dauphin 48-21. It was a close game for about 3.5 quarters, but Bishop McDevitt, too much explosive plays in the second half, and they take care of business here at Landis Field. We'll wrap up WellSpan Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals when we get back. The defending state champs, Bishop McDevitt, make it 6 wins in a row. Wild game tonight that they took control over the second half. Bishop McDevitt Jones-Davis, 18 carries, 95 yards, 3 touchdowns. LaRue Jr., 5 carries, 69 yards, a touchdown. And that kickoff return for a score as well. Williams, 13 of 17, 195 yards and a touchdown. And Palmer, the star wide receiver, 6 catches, 124 yards and a TD. Bishop McDevitt has Central Dauphin East next week here at Landis Field and State College to end the regular season. And Central Dauphin, they fall to 3-5. Coming up next week, week number 9, huge game in the Mid-Penn Colonial. Trinity and Susquehanna Township. Can't wait for that game. Going to be great next week, week 9 of WellSpan Orthopedics Friday Night Rivals. CBS 21 would like to take a moment to thank WellSpan Orthopedics who make these games possible for the viewers at home. We thank them for supporting these fine athletes, and all the names and contributors on your screen help make Friday Night Rivals happen each and every Friday night so we could be with you watching these great athletes perform. We'd like to thank Central Dauphin and Bishop McDevitt, their teams, the athletic directors, coaches, administrators, and athletes to watch this game again anytime, anywhere, along with Friday Night Rival content. Check out CBS21.com and watch on the CBS 21 YouTube channel right now. You can watch any of the games from all season long. Friday Night Rivals is a production of the Sports Fever Television Network. Thanks to Matthew Bukovich on stats, my partner, Four Chapman. Fridays with Four, as I call it. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has. Thank you, buddy.
And entering Friday Night Rivals, of course, with our great production crew, I am Phil Shaner saying good night. We'll see you next week for another edition of Friday Night Rivals. We'll be in Susquehanna Township. The final tonight, Bishop McDevitt 48, Central Dauphin 21.